Hi, this is Babz Rawls-Ivy from New Haven, Connecticut, and you're listening to WNHHLP 103.5 FM, streaming live at newhavenindependent.org.
Another day goes by. I'm not playing by the rules. They can't take me for no fool. Are you gonna ride with me? Pull me down.
Woo! Good morning. We are actually on air. Good morning. I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy. Welcome to LoveBabz, LoveTalk. Just like everybody else, we have technical difficulties. We do. And the weather is janky. Everybody all over the place is having outages and problems, and it's snowing and Waterbury and Wolcott and all these places. I'm looking at people's comments. So it rained yesterday. I mean, it was a lot of rain, like all day pouring. But here we are today. It's raining, but it's not hard rain. It's just a drizzle. And I think it's gonna stop in a little bit. I think it's slated to quit, because God knows we are rained out. So it's gonna light rain for the next hour. And then I think it's supposed to stop like at 2:00. By 2:00, all the rain will have stopped. And we could get out of our kayaks, arcs, and ships and walk amongst the earth regularly, because it is wet out there. It is wet. So it's a rainy day. Quack, quack, waddle, waddle. So if you have an umbrella or a raincoat, you're gonna need it. And galoshes. So don't be scared. Just get into it. It rained all day yesterday, and then we'll see no rain for the next several days. It'll be cloudy, dark, and overcast, but we'll get some peaks of sun. And then next Thursday we get to do it all over again. Who knew? Who knew that we would have so much rain? So that's where we are. So hold on to batten down the hatches, and don't get yourself in a tizzy. So did I say this is LoveBabz, LoveTalk, and I'm Babz Rawls-Ivy? It is Thursday. Enru is on at 10:15, because we got to get our Orishas right. And then I've got a full court press day. I got a luncheon at Albertus Magnus. And then I've got a meeting at 2. Then I've got my good friend, dear friend, sister friend, great love, Sarah Lulu is blowing into town in a little bit. And so we're gonna go, all of us go see well, I don't know who all of us is at this point. We're gonna go see Sona Jabarte today. And hear her for the International Festival of Arts and Ideas event, and it's going to be at the Schwartzman Center. So that should be really, really nice. So I'm looking forward to that, and hang out and take it all in. And yeah, that is the goal. Also, last night, I guess this is the concert that Jada was talking about. Chapel Roan at College Street Music Hall. So that's a great picture. So Brian Slater did a whole piece on it. So if you're interested in that, check it out. Read up. I only know about it because I heard them talking about it, and she went to the concert last night, her and her roommate. So I don't know what this concert was about. I don't know this music at all. But listen, I'm always open to learn new things. So there's that. The eclipse is coming. The total eclipse of the sun is coming. I think it's Monday. Don't look at the sun, dummies. Don't stare. Don't do it. So I'm trying to think if we're going to see it here in New Haven, because I believe it's going to be overcast, so we might not be able to see it. But I don't know if I need to pick up some glasses so I can stand somewhere and see it. I don't really know. I can't quite get a read. So we'll see. I'll know by this weekend, you know. And people will show it on the like it'll be on the news, so I don't mind getting it secondhand. But the next time we get an eclipse like this would be like 2045. I I don't think I'll still be alive. I I don't I really don't think that I will see that. And if by some stretch of the imagination and luck, uh I won't be alive. Well, that's 20 years. 20 years from now will only put me at 80. So, 81, 82. So there's a good chance I could be alive. If I keep up the good work that I'm doing, weightlifting and trying to eat better. I haven't gotten to the eat better part. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Uh Prayers out to the people of Taiwan. They had a 7 point something earthquake. And to think about all the social media and whatever, and I know the Chinese government does their level best to shut down their people's access to social media on any level, and particularly as it relates to Western involvement. Uh, you get pictures in real time. You can see what's happening, um, uh, where people are, where people are hardest hit. That kind of thing. So um, I, that's a tough one to look at, and but they're on the ground rescuing people quickly. Do you know what I mean? Like they are rescuing people left and right. So that's a that's a good thing that they are able to act so quickly. You know, and they've started raising buildings. Quickly. So I'm impressed. Seriously. So they're quick, fast, in a hurry. And they're trying to get ahead of rain and all this other kind of stuff. And they've been having aftershocks, lots of them, like 300 of them or something. So I don't know. I don't know if they brace themselves for another earthquake, or are the aftershocks big or whatever. So anyway, that's what's trending in the headlines. People are still up in arms about um, World Kitchen volunteers being bombed, um, and it is. And I'm glad people are feeling the way that they're feeling. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that people are outraged and and having a say about it. I am glad about that. And I think I don't believe that is an accident. I just don't. And I just don't. And I'm not going to be convinced because I know this. It is better to ask for forgiveness than to seek permission. And they knew they wasn't going to get permission. So what do? They uh they seek forgiveness. You know? Like you just I'm gonna bomb them. I said this yesterday. I don't people can say whatever they want. This is what I believe. I believe that they deliberately did it because they want to starve these people. They want to cut off all access. They want to annihilate them from that part of the world and of the world and from the world. So I'm not convinced uh this is not the equivalent. This reaction, this genocide is not equivalent to kidnapping. I don't care. People can say whatever they want. And I know people feel some kind of way. And listen, I said this yesterday. If somebody kidnapped people in my family, I would go scorch earth too. So I'm not saying I don't understand. I'm just saying it doesn't make it right just because you in your feelings about it and just because you want to retaliate. It does not make it right. That's the part that I want people to get. Like, all right, I know people are mad and upset and they want their loved ones back. I get it. I get it. And it was wrong of them to kidnap these people. I get that. I am in complete empathy and sympathy with that thinking, But what is happening now is not right either. It's not a justification. There's no justification for genocide. And the people who have fought genocide, fought back on prejudice and hatred their whole lives are now the ones doling it out. I don't get it. I don't get it. So there we go. I'm 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 in that space. So I don't believe that this was an accident. I think these missiles are programmed to go when you tell them to go. You don't just throw them up in the air and they fall where they may. You tell them hit that, hit that, hit that, hit that. And how many do you fire at one time to know that it's a mistake? They did it 3 times. You got to know when it hits something the first time, you know what it hit. It's not like, oh, we have to wait till the dust clears so we can see what we destroyed. That's not how that goes. That is not how that goes. So I'm not with this. And listen, the White House can stand on whatever they got to stand on. I personally think, Israel needs to be dealt with a little harshly with this. I do. I don't think that's I don't think that's this opens the door for this to continue in other conflicts as a strategy and tool of war. And that's how I see it. And you can't I'm not I don't have no faith in these people meaning leadership of any country to sort of say, my bad, I didn't mean to do that. I don't have no faith in it whatsoever. Not in 2024 with all the technology that we have. I'm not I'm not I'm not I'm not buying that. And Biden's got to say that the White House administration is going to have to come a little stronger than what they're saying. And you got to come a little harder than what you're saying. I don't want you to get up there posture and be like, oh, we take great issue with this and blah 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 but blah blah blah. So what? What you gonna do? That's what I want to know. And apparently, this is not the first time Israel hit something that they wasn't supposed to hit. Go back some years, take a look. When they attacked a warship, a submarine, a warship in the water. Go back a little bit, take a look, see. And they were like, "Oh, my bad, we didn't mean to do it." And there are survivors who were saying, no, 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 no. They knew who we were. They meant to do that. They meant to do it so that so that the United States could get involved. Hmm. Take a look. Don't take my word for it. Do a deep dive. Look it up. I'm giving you all the hints. So I'm just saying. So that's why I don't have any I don't have any faith in the talk that's going on. I just don't. And it is troublesome to me um, that this will fly under the radar. I knew Harry would find it. I knew- and I think we could go back just a little bit. A little bit. Let's see. Oh, this is just recent. Oh, go back a little bit further. Oh, this is recent. You know. Uh, and I just think that, we inch toward acceptable tools of war in ways that we shouldn't. We've already said, raping of women and children are not acceptable tools of war, and yet people get away with it in conflict left and right. We say folks who are providing aid and food are exempt from being shot at, and here we are. And they get hit quite often in conflict, but this was a little different, you know. And listen, Harry, I got smoke for everybody. So, I got smoke for everybody. I don't think the United States is exemplary. That's not my point at all. What I'm saying is, when we start accepting these kinds of behaviors in conflict, then it becomes normal behavior and standard operating procedures in conflict. You know, and we can't have that. There's rules of engagement, and then there's rules on how to, if you're gonna have conflict, there's rules, and you have to abide by them, and there ought to be consequences for these kinds of things. Now, when I read the piece about Israel trying to drag the United States into a war in 1940 44. And Israel paid out the reparations for that. They paid those families uh, uh, for their loss over the years. They paid millions, you know. So I'm just saying there's a pattern here. There's a pattern here. And I just feel like, mm, well, I will tell you that the that Senegal has a new president, and so does the Sudan has a new prime minister, a woman, and she was appointed uh, just the other day. And I think I pulled the story for the inner city news because it's important. And we have an African contingency in New Haven. There are Africans that read the inner city and have let me know that they've appreciated the little bit of African stories that I have run from parts of Africa that they believe Americans don't know about. Africans just think African Americans are just white. Oh, not Sudan. It's from the Congo. For the first time, the DR Congo has a woman prime minister, and her name is Judith Suminwa Tuluka, the first female prime minister of the Democratic Republic of Congo. So that's the according to news that I'm getting out of Africa. So uh, so the president Shy Katie is trying to move in the direction of gender equality in Congolese politics. So I'm like, all right. And she was a former planning minister. She's an economist. And you know, she is taking her position at a pivotal moment, right? Because there's a whole bunch of conflict in the country, in the war-torn East, where for years it's been violent, and so many people are displaced within their homeland. So, you know, to be displaced in your homeland means there's no place for you to go. So you just going from one end of the country to the other end of the country because there is no other place for you to go. And those that could go somewhere else, those borders and those neighboring countries are, exhausted by, folks flooding their borders. So, I mean, we're watching forced migration and genocide in the world in real time, brought to you by social media. I mean, we're watching it in real time. We're not sitting by the radio waiting for news. We're not sitting by our TVs waiting for the 6 o'clock news to come on. No, you could turn it on right now. You could go, somebody's probably streaming this somewhere for real right now. You can just turn on any one of these stations and get what's happening in real time. I don't know if that's helpful or not helpful. Like, I don't know. I don't know what is helpful. If we get the news in real time, I mean, first of all, I don't think there's any going back. So it's not like I'm suggesting put the cap back on the genie bottle. Nope. I think we are past trying to shut down news and information coming from distant places. Although China think they got a lock on that, but I want China to know. I know you got people underground who are getting information out and got Wi-Fi and social media. I already know. We know. Everybody knows. You're all the only ones that don't know. You still trying to shut down where you think you could shut down, but these young kids ain't playing. Same with Putin. I mean, there was a time when you could control the narrative. These dictators could control the narrative back in the day. But now, I mean, you can't. How can you? There's people got phones and all kinds and phones are more sophisticated than they've ever been in the history of the world. People have more access to information and ways to get access. And for everyone that you shut down, there's 5 or 10 startups. So, listen, people will post that stuff up because they need to show what's happening. They're trying to show what's happening. So, whatever. whatever. So, well, it is time for the citywide big read. And, every year, the New Haven Free Public Library gets everybody hyped up about a particular book, and the model minority myth is the theme, right? It's the what we're gonna be reading. So the annual National Endowment for the Arts Big Read, celebrating Ty Boo's graphic memoir, The Best We Could Do. They had it at the Stetson Library, which is very, very cool. And it's the read. So I guess I could pick it up for I guess I'll take a look. See, I'll either check it out at the library, because I love a library, and I have a library card, and I think it's time for me to renew my library card. You know what I need to learn how to do? My library card, get audiobooks, get the audiobook stuff. I have to figure out how to do that. I know there's an app for that. Because I think I'm gonna try to really get into audiobooks. I'm gonna really I've done it. Like Harry, for my birthday a couple of years back, gave me Michelle Obama's Becoming as a birthday present or a Christmas present or some present. And I enjoyed listening. And she was the reader of her own book. And I enjoyed it very much. I really did enjoy it. So a lot. I would get on my little bike and I would ride and I would listen. And it was enjoyable. So I was like, well, I could do it again. And I've not listened to another book since. And I let my Amazon lapse because I had so many credits and all this other kind of stuff. I was like, oh God. So I might just re-up again and just start again. But I think I would like to